share with you a CO2 pistol by Hatsan USA. This is a Hatsan 250 XT TAC-BOSS, and it's a CO2. It shoots, they say 430 feet per second. I haven't chronographed it yet. It uses steel BBs, and with the CO2 canister, you take a drop of oil and put it on top before you put it in, and you need a wrench that comes with it. There's two of these Allen wrenches that come with it, and that's to tighten the CO2 up. Some pistols and stuff have a little knob you turn. This one you have to use a wrench, and that's the only thing I don't really like about the gun. It has fixed front and rear sights with a fiber optic on the front. So, and it's really accurate, you know, for short distance. I got my target set up at 7 yards, which is 21 feet. But the CO2 canister, this is a used one, slips in one side only so it doesn't fall through. And then you take and put your wrench there and tighten it up. And then it's ready. This pistol, when I got it, the seals were pretty dried out. So I went through 7 or 8 of these canisters with oil added to them, and finally I added extra oil, and then I pressed on this a few times to let some air go through, and then finally it sealed up today. I got this last year, but I haven't shot it again until today. But it's a really good pistol. I got mine on clearance for about $30. In order to put the BBs in, what you got to do is you pull down on this knob right here, okay? And then this holds 17 BBs, and you drop them in this hole, and they go down. And then when you get it full and you need to release it, you release this really slow, because if you let it go quick, the BBs go flying out, they go everywhere, and then you gotta find out where they're all at, especially if they're in the carpet and stuff. This is an ambidextrous gun. It has a plastic handle and plastic fiber optic front sight, and I think the rest of it's all metal. It weighs 1 3/4 pounds, and you can shoot about 60 BBs through this. I'm getting about 1-inch shot grips at 7 yards. The safety is right here. You push up, put it on safe, pull down to take it off safe. It's really comfortable to hold, and the sights are really easy to see. You know, it's just really a nice gun. It is a smooth barrel. It's not rifled because you're shooting BBs. BBs don't require a rifled barrel. Sometimes they can damage the rifling in a gun. But in my opinion, it's a pretty good pistol for the money. I don't like that I have to use a wrench to tighten it up for the CO2 though. But other than that, I like the pistol. Yeah. It is very easy to handle. The gun is 9 3/4 inches long, and so it's not super big. I have my Beeman P17 right here, and you can see that they're almost exactly the same length as each other. And the Beeman P17 is a single shot pneumatic pellet rifle, 177. And I paid $32 for that. It sells for $32 to $38. And so the advantage of CO2 is you don't have to cock and load the pistol each time. You can just pull the trigger. You should wait about 8 seconds in between each pull so the CO2 has a chance to stabilize. And I have a tendency to shoot a little quicker sometimes, and my CO2 doesn't put out the power, then my shots are off. So if you want a little better consistency in your shot groups, wait about 8 seconds between trigger pulls. So that's it. I'll show you my first shot group, and the rest of them were terrible because I was screwing around. I'll show you one of my other shot groups, but I was just having fun pulling the trigger. This right here is, I think that's about 14 shots right there in that group. Here's a 5-shot group. That's just a little over an inch total. And the rest of this is just shooting. So that's pretty good, 7 yards. Not too shabby. And I did shoot at this, and I did hit that right there with one of my first shots. But you can use about 3.5 magazines on one canister of CO2, or about 60 shots. All right, that's it in a nutshell.